First off, Tyler, you took some pretty big hits today, especially on that touchdown pass. You got hit right in the lick of the ribs. How are you feeling physically after this?
I mean, not hurting, but I mean, we got to be better. Honestly, like, feel good, feel fine right now, but we got to be better. You know, too many critical situations, turnovers, making mistakes. We got to fix all that stuff.
Tyler, can you tell us what happened on that fumble with exchange with Matt Lee? Kind of what happened there?
Yeah, just a little low snap, but I got to get it. I mean, hit my hand, left hand, but I got to get it. Just got to be better in terms of, you know, handling the football. Just like I said, turnovers in critical situations.
It poured at halftime, like really hard. How much of a difference was it from the first half? Did that lead, you know, at all to that?
No, not really. I didn't notice a difference.
Tyler, you've been through a lot here since you got here. It seems like you guys are kind of like on the edge right now. You can get it together and go have a good season. You got a big game coming up this week. Or, I mean, it could all fall apart again like it has. How do you, as one of the leaders, try to obviously hold it together?
I mean, this team is special. We know what we're capable of. You know, we can't fold. We're going to make sure we have the entire team as leaders just keep going. It's still a long season left. We got to do our best to win games. That's the main thing, just win. And obviously do better during the game and not make those mistakes in critical situations.
On the interception, what did you see or not see, I guess, on that? Did you just not see him drop back? Or?
Yeah, I saw him initially drop vertical. He just made a good play. I mean, saw him. I tried to get it over him. Good play. I just got to check it down to the back.
Tyler, Mario mentioned, you know, kind of like as the third quarter's going on, you know, they're putting up points. You guys are trying to get momentum back, but can't quite click. How much, I guess, pressure do you and the other guys in offense kind of put on yourselves when you're falling behind a little bit? You're trying to get back into a game like that.
I don't know if it's we don't feel pressure at all. I mean, we just got to execute. That's the main thing. We got to play consistent football for 4 quarters. We can't have these up and down moments during the game. We're not going to win football games, especially against a good team like that. So we just got to be better.
You and Xavier obviously have a great chemistry. I know it's been well talked about, but their team, there's times it feels like the defense knows, hey, you're going to go there. How difficult is that for you when you're, you know, obviously you're looking for him because you feel comfortable, but at the same time have to sort of counterbalance that with what the defense is doing?
Well, yeah, and sometimes my reads just take me there. I mean, it could be a full free read. It could be him on the option route where that's my first read. I mean, multiple situations it could be, but yeah, I mean, they did a pretty good job of, you know, covering him and making it difficult for us.
Jacolby was a bright spot for you guys today. I think he had a career high with, I think, 125. Just what do you think was working for him today?
Yeah, I mean, discipline, route, depth. You know, he kind of fixed it this week compared to last week. Did a good job of understanding what he had to do to be better. He had a good day. Yeah.
Tyler, how's your hand? Your hand, like, was sore, I guess, got hit or whatever.
They talked about that on TV.
Yeah, I mean, back in fall camp, I tore 3 ligaments in my finger. So it's getting a lot better. Like, but there's times where if it gets hit, then I feel it a little bit. So it'll be all right. It feels fine now.
Can you just talk about the emotions in the locker room after this game compared to after last week's game?
Yeah, I mean, it sucks losing. I mean, that's the feeling. I mean, guys understand that we got to just keep going and keep our head up because we know what we're capable of. I mean, there's times where we're a really good football team, and then there's times where we're a really bad football team. So, obviously, it's going to be like any loss in the locker room. It's going to suck. People are going to hang their heads, and we just got to make sure as leaders, you know, pick those guys up and just keep moving forward.
Did Coach have
Last question.
a particular message to you in the locker room after today's game?
Yeah, no self-pity. We just got to keep going. If we quit now, then we'll lose the rest of our game. So we just got to keep going. We can't just give up just because we lost 2 games, you know. yeah, we just got to keep going and win these games. So
Did you sense everybody is like that?
yeah,
Like
you can sense it.
the resolve and all that.
You can sense in the locker room that this team's going to keep going forward. It's like the teams in the past, not like that, where we just kind of folded. So just got to have a great week of practice and prepare for Clemson and just move on from this race.
Colby, you had I guess a career high, right, in receiving yards. Is that kind of the weird feeling after you lose a game, but you have a great game? And just talk about your feelings now.
I don't really feel great. We lost, but I did have a career high. But at the end of the day, we still lost.
Tyler said that you worked on a lot of different stuff, like your route running and stuff, during the past week that you've improved on. What were you doing during the week to get better?
Basically, I was studying the corners and knowing like what they do and like how they do on the line. So I just had the game plan and go on rely on details.
Tyler said this is a different team, that you guys are going to respond differently, maybe after a loss or 2 losses in a row. That you get the same sense, even in the locker room today, that the focus is still there.
Yes, of course. Everybody's still locked in. The loss didn't affect anything. Just on to the next.
So on your Instagram, you're posting one of your family members' birthdays today.
That's my son.
Yeah.
Yes. His birthday was today, yes.
Yeah.
How old?
He just turned 1.
Just turned 1.
Yes.
Jacolby, there's times like you guys are doing great things in the particularly the passing game, and then the consistency the last 2 weeks has not been there. A lot of turnovers, and like, how do you guys obviously correct that going into next week?
We just got to connect better, and we like practice and work on it, and that's just what's going to happen. What it leads to, just work.
Anything else for Nicole?
Anything on Tyler Van Dyke you can say? He really played a tough game.
He played a great game. It's just UNC just played a better game. We just got to bounce back.
What adjustments did you feel they made in the third quarter? Was there anything that stood out? They kind of came out pretty strong. Like they outscored you guys 21-0 in the third quarter. I know a couple of those were due to turnovers.
Yeah. They did switch their corner, but that didn't really change anything. But
You guys are going through some adversity now, but did a lot of good things out there as well. How do you hold it all together? You got another tough game next week. How does everybody hold it all together?
I just said with the trust we built throughout the off season, keep working on that. We work together as a team, as brothers, all throughout the off season. So we just got to rely on the trust we built with each other. And when time gets tough, rely on those moments, rely on our brothers, rely on each other. Just play football.
Rueben, you guys had a lot of success in the pass rush, especially early in the game. What was working for you guys there?
I say everything really, just our effort, but that was the most important thing. Everybody was playing balls to the wall, and if we keep doing that, we'll be the Miami we need to be.
They played with a lot of tempo, obviously, trying to kind of catch you guys in switches and substitutions and all that. How much of a challenge was that for you guys? I don't think you faced it that much this year.
Yeah, we never really seen it that much. It was a challenge, but something we just got to adjust to on the fly. Football is football. Just got to get the call up out of hand and there and play football. It was definitely something new to us, but next week we'll get prepared for it, so we see it again, we'll be all right.
It seemed to create problems just lining up and on time. They caught you guys several times, just kind of getting lined up and pop some plays.
Like I said before, football is football. Things happen. Just got to bounce back next week, play our standard of football, really get the call, put our hand in the dirt, and get ready to play.
Mario just said that, basically told you guys that you should be disappointed at this point, but kind of to be able to channel that. How do you guys, I guess, work to channel that into something positive?
Well, coach has installed like a next play mentality into us, so really just all about next week right now. The game happened, we're going to live and learn, play football, just get ready for the next opponent. You can't dwell on it, it happened. Just get ready to play football next week.
Are you definitely going home from this like, there's things I know I can fix that we can fix?
Definitely, every game we can fix something. Every game ain't perfect, obviously we lost, but we're going to go in, watch this film, fix it up, and get ready for the next week.
What exactly was the scout that you guys received at Tez Walker?
Number 9.
Yeah.
Truly, I'm not a DB, so I don't really know about all that, but I'm pretty sure them guys had something. I was just focused on the O-line and running back and Drake May.
Well, what are the emotions right now in the locker room?
Pretty satisfied. We disappointed as a team, frustrated. I'm not just sure I left early. I can't stand losing. I hate it. Just trying to get better for next week.
Were there any adjustments they made at halftime? In the first half, you guys were having a lot of success pressuring. Second half, not so much. What adjustments do you think they made from your viewpoint?
They probably just adjusted the style of how aggressive we was playing, style of defense we playing, all the pressure and stuff, and just able to attack everything that they needed. They was getting pretty good with the run, something we just got to stop. That's pretty much it.
Corey, in the second half, they started hitting balls on you guys. Did they do anything differently, or?
No, they didn't. It was just the tempo. We obviously during the game we struggled with tempo, getting lined up and getting the signals, communicating. So they just took advantage of that.
Corey, obviously, Tez Walker had a big game tonight. Just what did he do that made him so effective against you guys?
He's a good receiver, good fast, long receiver. He made plays when his number was called, and we just got to watch the tape and see what we went wrong.
And it seems like sometimes you guys get caught maybe trying to make a play, and maybe you bite or break in a little bit at the wrong time. How much have you guys been kind of working on fixing that?
Well, it's definitely something we got to work on more so now because it's starting to affect how we play in the game, and it's starting to other teams are starting to take advantage of it. So just moving forward, we just got to emphasize that in practice. That's all I'm saying.
Any comments on Drake May and how he was compared to what you thought he'd be?
He's a great quarterback. I never thought he wasn't. Even throughout the game when we started to put pressure on him and he started struggling a little bit, I never thought he wasn't a great quarterback. He's a good quarterback, and they have a good team.
What was the Tez Walker scout in practice this week? Like, what were you guys hearing about him specifically?
Just fast, long receiver. It wasn't too much on him because he obviously just got eligible, so it wasn't much tape on him except for last week. So.
It's obviously hard to play perfect every single play, and there's going to be confusion and stuff. The first touchdown that he scored, it looked like you and Cam were kind of trying to communicate. Was there something that happened?
It actually wasn't with Cam. It was supposed to be with James, but just miscommunication, tempo. We couldn't get aligned, and they took advantage of a busted play.
I was going to say, how much did their tempo maybe disrupt just the flow? Because Rueben talked about it, like how that's the first time you guys really faced a team with that much tempo.
Yeah, it was definitely, I would say tough, but it's just something we got to work on to improve on, get better throughout the year, because now that they've done it, other teams will try to do the same thing. So,
how did the speed that they were running compare to like what you guys saw in practice?
Well, it's nowhere near possible to simulate how fast they go with our scout team, but we just got to keep working on it. Obviously, they took advantage of it tonight, and we just got to move forward and get better.
And it was hard, the signals, you were having a hard time getting the signals in time because they were snapping the ball so quickly.
And UNC has a lot of threats at wideout. Obviously, how did that impact y'all's ability to cover them? I
don't think it impacted our ability to cover them. They just gave us a lot of tempo, and it was hard to get aligned. Communication issues with tempo as well. So I don't think their receivers were, I wouldn't say they're not good, but I just think they didn't give us that much of a problem except for 9. So
you'd say it was more of a tempo issue?
Yeah.
Corey, you guys have obviously had losing streaks before where you lost 1 or 2 in a row. How do you is this team different at all in your mind that they're going to respond differently?
Yeah, this team is definitely different. I thought we came out tonight with a huge chip on our shoulder. Obviously, we didn't get the result we wanted, but I feel like this team is definitely different. We got actual captains that's going to step up and make sure everybody's ready to go. Nobody's feeling sorry for ourselves because we can't feel sorry for ourselves because the ball got to get put down next Saturday and we got to play again. So we just got to keep moving.